From the insanity of Valor style in Generations Ultimate, to the introduction of the True Charge Slash in World, and the dummy powerful counter in Sunbreak, the greatsword has gotten considerably stronger throughout the series of Monster Hunter, which makes sense. The greatsword has become an icon for Monster Hunter ever since its debut on PlayStation 2 in 2004. I mean, how can you not appreciate the inspiration and all-around Giga Chad vibe of Guts from Berserk? Look at this cover of Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, man! If this isn't physical clickbait, then I don't know what is. People bought these games just to pick up a greatsword, just to get smacked around by starting monsters like Great Jaggy and reconsider their weapon choice altogether. But still, the weapon is classic. So, in the midst of my copium for a demo to be playable within the next few weeks, I watched the weapons overview trailer for Wilds and was surprised to find myself pretty underwhelmed. Don't get me wrong, the offset attack looks like a more balanced counter, since the timing is a lot tighter than the strong ARP stance in Sunbreak, and the guard clash leads to a free opening and can combo into a TCS.
Hold up!
The guard clash can combo into a True Charge Slash. Yeah, the greatsword in Wilds is actually looking pretty sick. Capcom just couldn't really showcase why in the trailer. I mean, I myself replied to a comment on my Hammer video saying that the greatsword doesn't seem to be improving a whole lot.
Are you sure about that?
Once again, many thanks to the creators and those in Japan who were able to get some great footage of Wilds at Tokyo Game Show. It is thanks to them that this video and many others are possible. Also, shout out to Dear Gamer, as his footage on greatsword has been incredibly useful. You probably already know about him, but if not, he deserves the support. Hey yo, slam that e-brake, because you can drift while playing greatsword now. This weapon is going to love the focus mode in Wilds, because it allows you to completely turn around while charging your TCS. You can still adjust in the same 45-degree cone like normal, but entering into focus mode while charging just lets you do a complete 180 or an actual full 360 if you wanted to. You can also now redirect pretty freely after the first hit of TCS, meaning wake-up attacks should be a lot easier. They should be. We all know that greatsword players have to sign a contract in blood with Capcom to miss at least 40% of their monthly wake-up attacks. Then we got the Rising Slash, which is not necessarily a new move for greatsword, but it is now their offset attack. This actually fits in seamlessly for the weapon since you can combo into it from a level 1 or 2 charge slash or a tackle. And also this move itself can be charged for more damage or some extra leeway when it comes to timing the offset. And after an offset attack, you can follow up with this dope double slash that does some solid damage. Quick FYI that this move won't launch players, which means that the greatsword is officially multiplayer friendly. I mean, it always was anyway, because I don't think anyone ever actually used this move online, so. Now moving on to the tackle. Brother, this junk got buffed. I don't know how they managed to buff one of greatsword's best moves, but they did. Tackle now has a timing mechanic built in, kind of like a Just Guard from Soul Calibur, this poor franchise. Basically, if you successfully tackle into an attack while charging, then your charge level will carry over into your next charge slash. This makes it so that you can tackle into an already charged TCS. And yes, that's as strong as that sounds. On that same note, guarding with greatsword is actually viable now. We already know about the guard clashes and that they only trigger after guarding a certain number of attacks. But on top of that, the greatsword now has a perfect guard mechanic similar to the tackle. This perfect guard will not lower your sharpness and can be comboed into a charge slash. And like I said earlier, guard clashes give you an opening and can combo straight into TCS. I do also want to mention a really interesting point made by the creator of this video. Greatsword is typically a hit-and-run weapon, especially when you're still learning a monster. But this creator felt like there's an argument to be made about not sheathing your greatsword as much in Wilds. Leaving your weapon drawn can lead to easier offset attacks, perfect guarding and guard clashes, as well as being able to utilize your focus strike for wounds. Also, can we talk about how crunchy this focus attack is? It looks satisfying. So while I don't think he's trying to say that you should never sheath your greatsword anymore, I feel like even without having played Wilds myself, I can see his point. The 3 new mechanics in Wilds, guard clashes and in this case perfect guards, offset attacks, and focus mode are either just easier to use when your weapon is out or require it to be out. It looks like there's a balance that needs to be struck, almost a fluency if you will, between having your greatsword sheathed and unsheathed in order to maximize your ability to punish the monster appropriately in any situation. Greatsword in Iceborne was super clean to watch and play. The addition of the flinch shot allowed for some very clever setup, and it's interesting to see how this turnaround aspect of the TCS is back in Wilds. And do I even need to mention Sunbreak? Strong Arm stance is cracked out of its mind and had greatsword players going nutty, dropping itty-bitty barrel bombs left and right. Like many other weapons in Sunbreak, the greatsword was super satisfying to play. And it continues to get tools that really push the skill ceiling of the weapon even higher. Don't sleep on the greatsword like I initially did. It has access to every new major combat tool in Wilds. Offsets, guard clashes, and is one of, if not the weapon most impacted by focus mode. I can't wait to see speedrunners like Eris get their hands on this in Wilds. Oh yeah, the most important thing is looking good anyway, and greatswords almost always have some of the best weapon designs in the series. Alatreon, Deviljho, Tetsukabra, Seregios, Nursilla, Malzeno, Brachydios, Wyvern Ignition. It's harder to name the greatsword designs that actually suck. This showcase on the 23rd is going to change everything. We could have the demo way sooner than we think. We'll have monster reveals that are going to be coming out of nowhere. Maybe some Monster Hunter Frontier references. And also, is Pookie even alive? I guess we'll all find out together. Is anyone interested in a reaction style video or information dive into the showcase? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for being a part of my journey to Wilds. We saved you a seat, so be sure to subscribe to hop in the caravan with us. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day.